All right, puppers, we are here. We are ranking all the games we've played on Gaming Cats and Dogs.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is very exciting because we've talked about them. We've had playthroughs on the vast majority. We're also including the games we're currently playing because I feel we have a good opinion of the games.
Yeah, I think we're far enough into all of them that we're currently playing.
No, it's close to 40 games here, so that's a big milestone for Let's Plays. It's nice that we've went through close to 40 games.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we just start from the top and make our way through. The first up is American McGee's Alice. Some of these you've played, some of these you've only seen.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones you've played.
I think for that reason it would be in fine for me.
Okay.
I love the idea of Alice. I feel like if they were to remake it using the modern technologies that they have and the modern gameplay, it would definitely be a better.
I love the aesthetic. The controls, I don't know if it's because I was playing with a controller, whereas this was originally a PC game.
I feel like a
PC,
I feel like playing it on PC would have been way better.
Because it was mouse controls.
Yeah. And
you click and Alice kind of interacts with that.
Right.
But I like the idea.
It was a challenge and not the best kind of way.
Oh, it broke you on a couple occasions.
Oh, yeah.
You were mad. That game gets the silver trophy for how mad you got at a video game.
Oh, yeah.
Rayman gets
is number one. I was like, I need to walk away.
All right, so starting off, we got Alice in Fine. Next up is the original Castlevania.
I would put it in good.
Good? Okay.
I like the remake of that one better.
Okay, it's not a remake of that one in particular, but it's a remake of the Game Boy game. But it is a similar style.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Mario and Luigi, Partners in Time. Where does this one go?
I would put it in good or better.
Good or better?
Yeah.
All right. Do you like it more than Castlevania?
That one, yes.
Okay. See, I would be okay with putting it in good, right around the top of good. That was a very enjoyable game. For starting off, you weren't into it as much as...
Yeah, I was just
Origami King.
Well, it doesn't help I don't like babies.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the personality of the Luigi characters just warmed my heart.
All right, so then we have Kirby's Dream Land, the first one. We did that in one video. That was the very short one.
Yeah. I'd put it in fine.
Fine? Okay, did you like it more or less? You liked it? Not even.
Yeah.
No,
you don't even have to ask.
You don't have to ask. It was a little better than Alice. All right, then. So now we have Trials of Mana.
I would definitely play it again.
Yeah, that's a play it again. Now, is that because there's just more characters? So it's just because there's different endings and
I would definitely...
It warrants a replay?
I would say that it has a really great replayability already pre-programmed with the game having different playable characters and different teams.
I agree.
But it was just enjoyable. It was fun, so I would definitely play it again.
I still stand by my video of it's one of my favorite RPGs. It's up there.
Yeah.
But everything it does, and the game I'm about to explain isn't on here, but it's coming soon.
Yes.
Yeez.
Oh.
Lacrimosa of Donna.
It's
like Trials of Mana, but better.
Yeah. They just... yeah.
On all fronts. Yeah. But that still doesn't detract because Trials of Mana was a game that I did not see coming. Because it was a Super Nintendo game that was only in Japan. And they brought it over to the West and remade it. And I was really excited for it. And the first time you saw it, you were just watching it on the screen of my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm just this is fantastic.
I couldn't even see it because we didn't live together yet. And it was during lockdown. So you would prop your phone up so that I could quote unquote see it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if anyone has ever tried to watch a TV through a phone. The glare is so bad, and plus I couldn't hear anything. So it's just I'm just gonna exist on the other line, while you play because I can't see and or hear anything.
And I just get lost hours on end. I think we had calls that were 3 to 4 hours.
Oh yeah,
long.
I would just go to sleep.
Yeah, you fell asleep the one time. I was just oh, I'm sorry. But you watched it. You watched me play through a phone. You've had your own playthrough that you thoroughly enjoyed.
And you played it.
I played it for the show.
Yeah.
And like each time I was still having fun.
Yeah. And it was because we also played with different characters. So you really got to like, it is a different experience, even if they do some of the same things.
Yep. So yeah, definite play again. A Boy and His Blob.
Meh.
You go for, okay. All right. I was going to at least tolerate with a fine, but for me, it's a meh. It's a beautiful game. Glorious
it looks
game.
beautiful, but even watching it, it got so stale. Like, he just did the same thing over and over.
I didn't like the controls.
Yeah.
I don't like a game where you're reliant on AI.
Yeah.
Like, Boy is a sitting duck without Blob. And Blob, there's moments where, like, it takes a transformation. You have to wait for him to transform, but enemies are still coming.
Yeah.
So I'm like, come on, Blob. Boss is beautiful in idea. The execution couldn't be more poor.
I would say the same.
So yeah, I know a lot of people adore this game, A Boy and His Blob, because it was hard to find like anyone that had a problem with it. And I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't share that sentiment.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy this game.
I think too, there wasn't any nostalgia because this was a remake.
Yes.
So it's not as though you played this, you know, way back when, and now you're like, oh, it's beautiful, and it's, you know, A Boy and His Blob.
Yeah.
We're just like,
well, it's interesting because I had no nostalgia with Trials of Mana. I just heard good things about it.
Yeah.
And then I played it and I was just like, fuck,
well, I feel like that's the difference between a game that is a good game that is remade into a better looking good game to a game that is made into a better looking game.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It does make sense. I'm curious for like more examples as we go through this journey.
Yeah.
Because next up is Adventure Time, Pirates of the Enchiridion.
This one is a struggle for me because again, I tried to play it and it was really, really glitchy.
Yeah. I had a couple glitches on my run. You can see it on our playthrough.
Having watched all of Adventure Time, I feel like there's so much they could have done that they didn't.
Yeah, there's so much wasted potential in this one.
So while it was a decent enough game, I feel like with all of those things, I would put it in either fine or meh.
Okay.
Simply because the potential that was lost.
Because I'm thinking either here or here. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would agree with either.
Okay, we'll do that for now. A Hat in Time.
I would put it in better.
Better? Okay.
It's not as great as Trials of Mana, but it was really a joy to watch.
That is a beautiful passion project. Because that was made by people that fell in love with games like
it was
Psychonauts
quirky, it was clever.
Mario Sunshine, and it did its own thing.
Like, you care about Hat Girl.
Yeah, she has so much personality, but she doesn't really talk. She goes, boop, mine, zoom. The Snatcher is the best character by far. Oh my god,
I love the Snatcher. Plus, like, I just really love the quirkiness of it, like when she falls into the oil and like scares all the mafia men. Yeah. Like, it's just so cute. And
yeah, that gets the better.
You know, I'm not a platformer fan.
Is that the sole reason it's not in the play again, because it is a platformer?
I know that I would not be able to enjoy that game if I played it.
Okay. Well, we tried because there was like the co-op, wasn't there? They added the co-op feature.
I couldn't do it.
And
like I just kept falling.
Mm-hmm. All right then. No, I'm fine with that. Yeah. I love platformers. I just love Trials of Mana better.
Yeah. I'm definitely an RPG adventure person.
All right, so we're moving on to Aladdin for the Sega Genesis.
Ugh.
Disney hates kids, but do we like the game?
Hates kids. I would say it's fine or good.
Okay.
I wouldn't put it in the top, but I know it's not like a meh game. Like I know it's a good.
I would put it right here.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
You're cool with that? Okay. I am more partial for the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah.
But
whereas
I still
grew up
very
with the
much
Genesis, so
enjoy this version.
So it's good solely because of nostalgia.
Okay. Whereas, like, nostalgia aside, because I grew up with the Sega Genesis, with the Super Nintendo version. I didn't play this version.
I grew up with the Genesis, even if I
prefer
didn't
the Super
play
Nintendo,
this one.
but I still realize this is a fantastic game. And I understand why most people prefer this version. I do.
Yeah.
Like, it looks really close to the cartoon. They had actual Disney animators.
You're right.
And the animation is so fluid. This...
It is very nice.
What am I doing? This and A Boy and His Blob have the best animation of a video game.
Yeah, I would agree.
But that still doesn't make it my favorite video game.
Right.
Animation is just a factor. It's not the whole thing.
It can't hold the whole thing.
Exactly. Okay, Arcanion, Tale of Maggie.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it. I think, again, it's another one I don't know that I would like to play it. But I did enjoy watching it, and I think what makes it super special is that we talked to the creator. So, like, I know we don't know him personally or anything like that, but to communicate with him, and he's given me some tips on, like, how to do pixel art, and he gives you some tips on, like, gameplay and programming and stuff like that. So I think it was really neat to be able to talk to him and then see it in his game.
Yeah, and play through it. And I liked how it wasn't just a fan game.
Right.
It was very much his own thing, but it still felt like playing Castlevania or Mega Man.
So
right now, I have it somewhere in the good.
I would put it, I'd put it right there.
All right. Way to go, J-Monius.
You made it.
You made a game better than the original Castlevania.
Woo!
All right, so next up is Bonk's Adventure. This one went by quick.
It did. I
didn't grow up with this game, but I really enjoyed it.
I remember it, kind of.
Okay.
Like, I remember playing it, but I honestly, like, I'm spotty on some of the details. Like, it didn't really leave a super lasting impression.
Okay.
Like, some of the other shorter games that we played left an impression.
Yeah.
So this one is your call.
Somewhere up here. I don't know where right now, but somewhere up here. I was surprised how much I enjoyed this simple
I remembered
platformer.
it being enjoyable.
It was enjoyable. So you know what? Right there is where it goes. I had no nostalgia, but I really enjoyed this. And if I was a kid, I know this would probably be in like the Partners in Time, Hat in Time category. But I know it's an enjoyable platformer. All right, the next one is Magic Cat Academy 1.
I loved the Magic Cat Academy. I can't help it. I love puzzle games.
All right, so
I would put it in better.
I'd put it right there.
Yeah. Simply because I'm pretty sure this was the first game that we played together.
Yes.
And it was fun. It was just like one of those little Google, you press the Google logo and you get the game.
Yup.
But I enjoyed it. I thought both 1 and 2 were really fun.
Which did you like better?
I think I'm trying to remember.
I liked 2. 2 was Under the Sea.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one.
1 was
better.
like Hogwarts.
Yeah. I think I like 2 better and then 1.
Okay. No, I'm fine with that. They were cute, short, sweet, fun.
Clever. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Because next up, we have Child of Light.
Ooh.
This one's tough.
It is tough.
Because I know it's either in the better or the play again.
I would put it right above Hat in Time. Not quite with Trials of Mana.
Not in the same category of Trials of Mana.
Like, it would be fun to play again. But I don't think it has the same spark of replayability that Trials of Mana has.
Interesting.
Like, when you play it again, you're still going to be playing as Aurora. You're still going to go through all of the same things that she went through.
I played it again, but I played it on hard mode.
Yeah.
And I died quite a bit.
See, for me, that's the art style that I would say is top notch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I love the watercolor aesthetic and the cutout look. I just think it was a beautiful game.
It was a very enjoyable RPG. Not too long.
Yeah.
Not super short. And a lot of people were annoyed by the rhyming. I liked it because it added
cute.
character.
Yeah,
it added character and made it stand out.
Because it's like a fairy tale.
Yup.
So I think it added. Yeah, I think it added to like that fairy tale theme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely enjoyable. Next up, Castlevania: Circle of the Moon.
For me, personally,
bring it on.
I would put it in fine. For me personally,
all right.
I would put it above Kirby.
Okay.
Mainly because I think I just like the side-scrolling Castlevania better.
Okay.
Because I like that type of game better. So I don't think it really had anything to do with like it being Castlevania or anything like that. I'm just not good at like the Metroidvania type, like adventuring. I get lost way too easy for that.
So for me, I'd put it here. So let's
I'm
try
okay
and
with
find
that.
a
I'm okay
You're
with,
okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Just because I know the reasons that I would put it in fine don't really have anything to do with the game itself. Mm-hmm. It's more my preference to games. So.
Whereas I really like that Metroidvania aspect. I think it could be done better, and there's other games that do it better.
I'm just not good at it.
Oh, that's okay.
So.
But other than that, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it. I liked the monsters. I really liked the stained glass. I liked how more monsters came later.
Yeah.
So it kind of freshened it up a little bit. I just, personally, I don't follow game maps very well. So, like, even having a map, I was still just lost all the time.
So I'll say this, and it's a bit of a curveball because the game I'm about to compare it to isn't on this list yet. We haven't done a playthrough, but you've played it. Which did you prefer? Because you played both, Castlevania or Metroid.
I think Metroid.
That is a common thing, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
Metroid makes it very front and center about like the exploration and the map and stuff like that. Whereas Castlevania tries to have its cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Metroid does it better, absolutely. Okay, so. We're not done with Castlevania though, because we have Castlevania, The Adventure Rebirth. This was the one that you played.
This was my very first Castlevania. I would put it above Partners in Time.
Okay, all right.
So I still struggled because, again, platforming is not my favorite. But I did want to keep playing.
And I'm okay with that because I wanted you to enjoy a Castlevania game. I'm not going to have you play the Game Boy original.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it as like just a funny little Halloween one-off or something like that. It's garbage.
Yeah, but like whereas with Alice, like I stopped having fun. Like I had to put it down and walk away because I just wasn't having fun. I wasn't enjoying myself anymore. That's okay. Castlevania, I would get so frustrated and angry, I'm like, no, I can do this. Like, son of a bitch, you fucking Medusa, I can do this. So like I still continued to play even though that I was raging. Whereas Alice, I had to walk away from it. Yeah. I had to take a break because I was getting too upset.
And and just to reiterate, I might have mentioned that like I don't want her to play the original Castlevania because it's trash. Nothing on here I consider trash. It's more like just not my cup of tea, not something I roll with. So
well, I think too we're also very much like because we're both creators.
So I don't want to seem like I'm poo-pooing on those that.
Well, because we're
like
both creators and both artists, like there's the respect there. Like these people made this, and that alone is impressive. Like, so yeah, there's no hate. It's just this personal preference.
This is just how we felt. Yeah. All right, so next up is Darksiders. We're almost done with Darksiders at the time of this recording, and you're about to see how everything wraps up.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
So I'm enjoying it. I think again this is one that I enjoy watching, but I don't think I would want to play it.
Okay.
So for that one, I'm gonna leave it up to you because I do really enjoy.
Give me a little bit of a nudge. Like, give me at least two categories.
I would definitely say it's on the higher end.
Okay, all right.
I don't know that I would want to watch you play it again. And I know that I don't want to play it because I would get very confused very easily, and I'm just not good at like the combos when you have to like jump and hit other buttons and do things. I know I would struggle.
All right. So here's my take. If it weren't for the Black Throne that we're in currently, and I just do not like, it would be either here or here.
Okay.
Because I think of like, oh, if I play it again, I gotta go through the Black Throne. It's closer to here.
I would agree.
That's where I feel.
Yeah.
It's like,
I think that's
if we remove that Black Throne, it would be a much better experience. But because
there's just a lot of back and
it's
forth.
Annoying, I'm like, boy. Well, at least there's sequels. I'm eager for the sequels.
Right?
I'm not eager to revisit this one.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy it. I love the art style. Like, you have a comic book artist.
It's great.
Doing such detailed environments and monsters. I love the story.
Like, I think it's really cool.
And the gameplay of like making it just wrong enough to be like a little bit of Castlevania, a little bit of Zelda, a little bit of God of War, a little bit of Portal.
So
that's really cool. But next up is Demon's Crest, a game I always wanted to play, and I'm happy I did. I even 100% of the damn thing.
I enjoyed watching this one. Again, unfortunately, it's one of those ones I liked watching it. I don't know how I would do playing it, but I did really like watching it. Okay. I thought it was a very interesting topic and story.
Yep. This is mine.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I really liked that game. I'm glad I was able to play it on like the Switch Online because my other option was emulation because the cartridge goes for like $90.
Wow.
And I was looking at it just being like,
I know you were.
So it came to the Switch Online service and I played it and I was just like, yeah, this really is a good game. It's a spin-off of the Ghost and Goblin games.
Yeah.
Who knows if we'll ever visit those.
Oh my god.
They're brutal.
I know that they
have
a reputation for being really hard.
This one's tough, but you can upgrade your character. You can get more health. You can. There's that opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
And I just liked it so much better.
It was neat because it wasn't necessarily like an RPG or an adventure, but it had elements of that.
Yep.
Where you could go to the shop. You could do those things even though it was still like a platformer. So I just thought it was really neat.
Alrighty. Next up, the original Donkey Kong.
I would play it again.
This was a cute little set.
Yeah.
That high.
I would. I think it's fun. Like, it's frustrating as all hell, but it was really fun.
Yeah. Sometimes simplicity is best.
Yeah. And it's an OG. Like, I don't know. I think it was good. I had fun.
I mean, all of this we have to thank for Donkey Kong, really.
And even with that, like, I was more of an arcade kid growing up anyhow. So that one was kind of nostalgic for me, being like, oh, this is like going to the arcade. Don't worry, I was really bad at those two, except for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, because I was thinking like somewhere around the category of like the Magic Cast, because it was short, cute.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with that. All right, so next up is Gex 64. Enter the Gecko.
I would. I don't know.
Yeah, this was one of our first playthroughs.
Yeah, and it was so long ago, and like I remember it well. It's not like I don't remember it.
Right.
I would put it in either good or fine.
Good or fine?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's either like right here or right here.
Yeah. I'm okay with either one.
All right. So let's do that.
Like, it was enjoyable.
It was enjoyable.
It's not one that I'd be like, oh, I want to watch it again. I want to play it again.
I'm more curious about the other two games. And it's funny because this morning they're doing a trilogy. Now, I don't know if they're porting them or if they're remaking them.
Yeah.
I hope it's the latter.
If it's a remake, then I definitely would want to see it again.
That camera.
Yeah.
That Nintendo 64 controller and camera are not pleasant. But yeah, it's a fine game. A fine, fun platformer. I think no fault of its own, just when compared to like all these other games.
Right.
It gets knocked down.
Yeah.
So, moving on to Kirby's Adventure. The other Kirby game. Oh.
I feel bad because Kirby's not my favorite. Don't tell your
Old
sister.
school Kirby. You enjoyed Forgotten Land. And
it was okay.
Some of the newer ones.
It's just like in the grand scheme of Nintendo characters, like I'm just like Kirby is fine.
Aw, okay.
I mean that he doesn't have to go in fine. Like I liked Arcanion better.
Really?
Than Kirby.
Okay. It's tough between these two, so I'll put it there for now, because I'm okay with that. But I knew you were kind of like with Kirby, but I also know that like we've only experienced the older Kirby, so I'm just like they get better.
Even like the concept of like eating and like the flutter. I hate the flutter.
Really?
I hate it. I just wish that it was different. Like I don't like that you can't do like you're either flying or you are fighting. Like you can't. It's not. I don't know. Not my favorite.
Okay, that's fine. We made a nice compromise.
Yeah.
That is suitable. Because next up I really like this one. Klonoa Door to Phantomile.
Yeah. I like that one too. I would put it in better.
It's something like this.
I would put it even...
You'd put it above Child of Light?
Possibly.
Okay. This is a platformer. What drew you to it?
The story.
The story? You really like the story?
I really like the story.
Okay.
I like the story. I like Klonoa as a character.
Okay.
I liked the evolution of emotion in the game. I think that that's something in a platformer that we haven't seen much of with other platforming games, is that our main character develops.
Yes, he does.
Like, he doesn't just stay like, ooh, hi. Like, he grows throughout the game. And I just think that was a really, really cool thing to see.
Yeah, I love the music. How are you with the visuals? Because they were early PS1 kind of sprite.
Yeah, they're fine.
They worked?
Yeah, they're okay. I mean,
I like them because they kind of fit that whole like dreamscape mentality the game was going for, and everything looked very surreal.
I think it has its benefits in certain ways, and then the new one has benefits in other ways. Like, I don't think I prefer one style over the other.
Okay.
But I do chuckle at PS1 aesthetics just because I'm like, I remember when everyone was like, oh my god, look how real it looks. And looking now, I'm like, it's a square. Like an actual square.
Imagination. Don't be Squidward. Don't be like, it's just a box. Nah, man. Imagination.
So, yeah.
All right. So next up, Wizards and Warriors.
I mean, it's fine.
You're okay with the fine?
Yeah.
All right. Where at in the fine?
I would either put it to me, it's like right near Kirby.
Right near Kirby?
I don't think it's as good as Gex.
Okay.
But definitely better than Alice.
Okay. Nah, I enjoyed it. Short, sweet adventure game. I don't like it as much as Castlevania, though.
Yeah.
But it was fun. That's one of my mother's favorite games. But still enjoyable.
I think my favorite part of Wizards and Warriors is when he saves the princess and he's like, okay, moving on to the next princess. And she just like slides up like, okay, goodbye.
All right. So next up is a game that I thought I would never play. Because similar to Demon's Crest, this game was super expensive, super obscure. I was just like, it's never going to happen. Because like it goes for like $200, $300. And that's Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil. I
would put it right above Klonoa 1.
Okay, you do like it more than Klonoa 1. Would you put it here?
I don't know that I feel like Klonoa is... I'm okay with that. I feel like Klonoa is one that I would be fine watching it again, but I don't know that I would like playing it.
Okay.
I feel like I would just struggle in a way that I wouldn't have fun.
Yeah, it definitely stacks up to where like, okay, you got the basics. We're going to start punching you now.
So, but I would put it up there again because of Klonoa himself. Like, he is grown up a little bit. Like, this is a direct sequel.
Yeah.
And he's a little bit older. He's not as, like, happy.
Yeah.
Like, he's been hurt, and it shows, and his development throughout this second game.
Yeah.
So, and I think that...
And I like the side characters in 2 better than 1. I liked the villain of 1 better than 2. Like, Gaudius is such a cool, both design, the intrigue, the battle itself, really cool. But I liked Lolo. I liked
I do like Lolo. She was cute. She might have had a beard, but she was cute.
Whereas Hugh Powell and Grandpa, they were serviceable. They
were okay.
But, like, Lolo was so much better. And, Leorina. As a rival character, she was cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I absolutely love both Klonoa games. And I hope, like, that Reverie remake gave them enough traction to be like, hey, we can make more of these.
Yeah.
If we so wisheth. All right, next up, the original Mega Man.
See, this one's hard because I know it's nostalgic for you.
I'm going to level with you here. Of the Mega Mans where you're just like, it's fine, I'd be glad if it's 1. Because with Mega Man, we have nowhere to go but up.
Okay, I was gonna say, because I'm just like, it was alright.
Like, honestly,
like, it was very basic.
Black.
Yeah.
Like, if it was like Mega Man X, we'd have more of a discussion. If it was like Mega Man 0, more of a discussion.
Yeah.
Or even like Mega Man, I don't know, 6 or 3. Again, there'd be more of a discussion. But because it's the original Mega Man, and like, hey,
they're trying it out.
They're trying it out. It's something new. It's something really cool, but they improve every time from that point forward. Well, not every time. There's some where I'm just like, novel attempt. The execution is horrid. But yeah, that's where I feel about the original Mega Man.
Okay.
It's fine. I have nothing against it. But there's so many other Mega Man games that I enjoy more. All right. So next up is Pac-Man World.
So this one is another one that's difficult for me because I like Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how I feel about them making it into like an adventure game.
Okay.
I thought it was neat that they incorporated like the OG Pac-Man in it.
Yeah.
But I think because of nostalgia, I prefer the original type of Pac-Man more.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave this one up to you.
Are you okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, I liked it more than Gex. I just did.
Yeah.
This was a game I played with my cousin that I never beat, and now I finished it, and I was like, you know what? That was enjoyable. They have a sequel that I like a bit more, but, again, there is, like, the draw of, like, the original arcade Pac-Man. But for trying something new, it was really cool.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Paper Mario the Origami King.
I would put it above Trials of Mana.
Above Trials of Mana.
I'm excited to play this one. This is one that, like, once I'd be okay if you needed to have it a little farther back. But this is one that, like, I watched you play, and I want to play it.
Nice.
Like,
okay. That doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it doesn't. Normally, I'm like, you played it. Like, that's enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, this is one that I do want to play it, and I think having watched you play it is going to be helpful to me, because now I kind of know what I need to do.
Yeah.
But Olivia is my spirit animal. I love her.
The soundtrack is something else.
Phenomenal.
The visuals are impressive.
Yeah. So that's one that I would like to play.
Nice. And Bobby is the real MVP.
Aww. Not Bobby, not Bobby.
Yeah, so many laughs. I love the playthrough. I like the game.
Yeah.
And I've said this numerous times, but just for newcomers, I did not like this when we started.
No, you didn't.
If it was
You were like, this isn't Thousand Year Door. Thousand Year Door is so much better.
Hold on, I wasn't that bad. I was just saying, like, I'm not really grabbing this. Like, I would put it more like here if all the quality was the matching of the Whispering Woods.
Yeah.
But
as soon as we got to Autumn Mountain, you were like,
I was like, okay, puzzles are still a little fucker, but I like the game.
Yeah.
All right, so next up, I Am Setsuna.
This one, I love the music and I love the story, but the actual gameplay itself is very stale.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's only because you are always in a winter
wonderland.
Yeah. Well, there's no real variety. You're facing the same monsters over and over again.
Yeah, that does happen.
But, like, I love the characters. I love the story. I even really like the doll characters. I thought they were really cute.
Oh, the aesthetic of them looking like dolls. Okay.
But, like, the official artwork is stunning.
Yeah. But I wish it was closer to the official artwork. I just do.
Yeah.
Like, if this looked like this.
Yeah.
Punk.
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
I would put it in, like,
and it's also pretty repetitive.
Yeah.
So it's kind of closer to here.
Yeah. I would agree. I think that, like, it was fun to watch, but it's like I didn't need to always pay attention because I'm like, oh, you're fighting another rabbit. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go do this while you fight 18 more
despite
rabbits.
Despite being an RPG, would you not play this yourself?
I don't know.
Or would it depend on like the mood? Like it's a cold winter's night.
I feel like it would depend on the mood. Because
and then you'd be like, oh, what the hell? I want to try I Am Setsuna.
Yeah, I do like the idea of like the recipes and things like that, but I wish that it had more of a variety of land.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't like, oh, now you're in a desert, now you're in the ocean. Just like switch it up a little bit, man, so that it doesn't all look exactly the same.
And that's okay. All right, next up, we got Psychonauts.
I think Psychonauts was good.
Psychonauts was good? Okay. How good? Now that we have like a huge spectrum of good here.
I would put it right above Kirby.
Oh. See, I'd put it right above Darksiders. So why would you... Let me put it this way. Why would you put Arcanion and Darksiders above Psychonauts?
So Darksiders, again, I like the story. That's very much my vibe of like stories that I like. The artwork is really cool.
Okay.
I can see it.
Oh. You had trouble seeing Psychonauts?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes it would just get too dark or too muddied.
Okay.
And I couldn't see clearly everything. And then Arcanion, I just respect Jamonius and his help. And I think that it's just so impressive that he made that game. So, and I just think that it was really, really cool to see it. So that's why I would put those two above Psychonauts.
No.
While the idea of Psychonauts is really cool, I think it might have gone on a little too long for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Way to go, Hat in Time! You've surpassed your predecessor. See, I don't know.
So again, it's more like I like demons and angels
Yeah.
and things way better than like I'm the bad guy stealing kid brains.
I enjoy Psychonauts, and like the more games we play, Psychonauts will go down the list.
Right.
But like I still enjoyed Psychonauts. But when I look at the games ahead of it, I'm just like, no, I like them better.
Yeah. Like I don't
And-
think that's a bad spot.
No, I don't think it is either. It can seem like a bad spot when you see all these games ahead of it.
But it's like, look at them.
But
like,
when you
they're
look at the games, it's just
great
like,
games.
nah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I'm about to put another one ahead of it. Rise Star is my favorite Sega Genesis game. But how did you feel about Rise
I really
Star?
enjoyed Rise Star.
Okay, all right.
I feel like I would have had more fun when I played it if I was holding the controller the right way.
That's right.
Yeah, I was holding the controller wrong. It was sideways, and I didn't understand. I'm like, when I want to move forward, why do I have to press down? Like, that makes no
you
sense.
played it off the Virtual Console on the Wii. I
yeah.
played it on the Sega Collection on the Xbox.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you'd enjoy
So
that.
I had,
a bit
like, the
more.
Wiimote, but I was holding it wrong.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a really fun game.
Because Rise Star goes here for me.
I would say that's good.
It's such an enjoyable game. They keep trying new things with Sonic, and like Sonic's going to keep going. I would not mind if they revisited Rise Star, or at least update the visuals. But even if they don't have to. It's a beautiful game. It is a beautiful 2D platformer. Okay, so we don't have the full story on this game, but right now we're going through Super Mario Sunshine. What are your thoughts?
I would put Super Mario Sunshine right after Magic Cat Academy.
No shit. Okay,
Yeah.
I need to hear this. Because I was thinking like right above Partners in Time for me. But I want to hear this.
I think either place it would be good.
Okay.
I think I might be being generous because we're not done yet,
Okay.
but I like the pollution and the water, and it's beachy, and but even though I feel like it does what I Am Setsuna could have done,
That's what I was just about to
where
ask
it's
you.
like it's all beach, but each island, each beach still has its own theme and its own identity.
You have a theme park. You have a hotel.
So it's like, it's not like, oh, I'm in Ice Cave number 3. Like, you're on Gelato Beach, you're getting ice cream, you're doing these things, or like, so it's more identifiable. So I do enjoy that.
Nice. How do you feel about Flood? The jetpack. I'm sorry. The water pack.
I was like the wet now.
It has a name.
I think it's cool. I think it's a really cool accessory, and I think it's a very neat idea to have that be like not only a transportative to have it be a way of transportation for Mario, but also a weapon.
Okay.
I think is a clever mix.
Nice.
So, but that's why I would put it in better. Again, we haven't finished it, so like it could be a real crappy boss and like knock it down a little bit. But for right now, I think it's in better because of those updates and the uniqueness, even though it's all beach.
Okay. I'll be honest, I was expecting it somewhere around Psychonauts, and I was like, I'm going to have to tussle with you a little bit there.
No.
But
no, it is really
surprise.
enjoyable. And I think it's a nice side of Mario that I haven't seen. Like, I had no idea Mario takes his hat off.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I had no idea. I was like, oh my god, he took his hat off. And you're like, yeah, that happens. And I'm like, I've never seen it happen. So, like, he still has personality.
He also has short sleeves.
I know. He still has personality. He just wants a vacation. And I relate to that. So, yeah. I think it's enjoyable.
All right. Here we go. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
I think it... So for anyone watching that has watched that specific playthrough, will know why I don't like it. However, I think that the positives of the game outweigh the negatives of the game, and the negatives of the game are my own personal shortcomings. I don't like it because of things that I am insecure about. So I don't necessarily think that should warrant it being a bad game.
Okay. So it's not in the meh.
Yeah, because I am aware that, like, why it would be enjoyable for some, but I also, like, deeply relate to why I don't like it. The music is great.
Yeah.
The art is cool. The gameplay looks fun. I just don't like the dialogue.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of dialogue.
Yeah. So I mean, if I were to take the dialogue out, I would want to play it again.
Really? That high?
Because it did look like a fun game. You know,
whereas I was thinking...
I like... Burp. See, whereas if I were to put it in with dialogue, I would put it in fine.
In fine? Okay.
Like,
how about... there. Come here. There.
Yeah, I could settle for that.
We can settle for that? Okay.
Again, it looks like a really fun game. The art is really cool. The music is great. But I really just don't like the slam down humor. It's not for me. Well,
that and like, because this is the third time I played the game, I don't much care for that. Like, the dialogue is just kind of like, blah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's done better in Gex. I feel like it's done better in Mario and Luigi. I feel like it's done better in Psychonauts. Like, well, okay, again, I think it's done better in Paper Mario.
The dialogue is because it's nothing but making fun of. That's all the dialogue is making fun of.
I'll give it a little more. There are a lot of like references. Oh, this is a reference to this popular cartoon or whatever.
Yeah.
It's reference humor.
So I don't know. I just feel
it's like a weak season of Family Guy.
Yeah. So like if it would have been better dialogue written, it would be infinitely higher, because I like the idea of the genie. I like that she turns into different animals. You know, I would put it higher if it wasn't such crap humor for me.
Okay. All right. We're almost done with this game. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins.
So far, I would put this one in fine.
In fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no nostalgia with it.
Yeah. Like, putting nostalgia aside, I'd put it like right ahead of Kirby's Dream Land, if I'm being honest. Where would you put it?
I'm trying to remember where Kirby's Dream Land is. Yeah, that works for me.
Alrighty then. Just like a fun, simple platform.
Yeah. Like, I don't think I'd want to watch it again, but I could see why it's enjoyable for people to be like, I have 20 minutes. Like,
yeah.
You know.
All right, then. Then we're going to move right on to SpongeBob SquarePants Super Sponge.
SpongeBob. I would put it above Pac-Man, but I would still keep it in fine.
Really? I don't know about that because you didn't play it. I actually played it, so I'm just like, Pac-Man was more fun. But also, I was also trying to get all the birthday gifts.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you get hit, fuck!
Yeah.
So I was trying not to get hit as often to keep my spatulas, and it made the game kind of like in here, when like if you throw caution to the wind and don't care about the presents. It's a simple platformer.
Yeah. Again,
so
it's one that I don't know that I'd want to play, but I love SpongeBob. I like that they used the characters that they did use, even if Clancy Brown wasn't Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
I do wish that Man Ray would have been more of like a boss instead of just like, I'm Man Ray. Like, but I feel like it falls kind of into like the Adventure Time, where they missed a lot of opportunities that they could have had. The only difference between Adventure Time and the SpongeBob, though, is SpongeBob didn't glitch out as much.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
But you did play it, so like...
Yeah, I did play it. So like...
So if it goes farther down because of playability, I can understand that.
Because like I'm just thinking like if I would play these the fines again, which ones would I?
How would you play it?
Yeah, and I think this I'm satisfied.
I'm
with.
okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would put it in fine. Just
you would
like,
put it in fine. Just
it was fine. You know.
Poor Alice.
Fuck you, Alice. Do better.
What? She's like, I do better in the sequel. Madness Returns.
We haven't played that one yet.
We will. All right, so next up, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Just be honest, it's okay.
I would play it again.
Really?
I'm just trying to see where I would play it again. I think I would put it behind Origami King in front of Klonoa.
Oh. I'd do this, but that's no. I'd do that. But that's me.
I can live with that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's special because it was my first Zelda. I think it was a very nice introduction to Zelda, even though Zelda's not in it. But like, I think it eased me into understanding how Zelda games function without being overwhelming.
Nice.
Like, if you would have just been like, first Zelda game, Breath of the Wild, here you go, I would have been like, what am I supposed to do?
Whatever you
want.
want.
I don't think I would understand what to do. And I think if you would have...
I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm free. Quick, wish for the now. Give me anything. Wish for the now. I want the now. No one!
Yeah. But I also think that because of the aesthetic of this game, it makes me appreciate some of the older ones that maybe don't have the best aesthetic.
Okay.
Or graphics, rather.
Yeah, okay.
That I can still appreciate the characters because I was able to see them.
Okay.
In a more modern way first.
Cool.
I can see the expressions and I can, it's clear.
So when you're playing like Minish Cap or A Link to the Past and he's more pixelated,
and then I can still appreciate Link's personality. Okay. Even if it's not quite as visually clear, I can still appreciate it. So.
All right then. I'm satisfied with that. Because next up we have KO the Kangaroo, round 2.
Dead silence.
It wasn't that bad.
I mean, it was fine.
It was fine. It really was. But I'm just wondering, like, how fine. I think like that fine.
Yeah. I think I like Gex better.
Yeah.
Because it's just like KO Kangaroo, like, it was cute. Some things I'm like, don't think about it. Don't try to make sense of it. just go with it.
They just said, hey, can we do this to the kangaroo? Well, I'm doing it.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's fine, it's a game, don't think about it.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with that. Whoops. All right. Next up, World of Illusion. We've played this one multiple times.
Yeah.
You've done a playthrough. I've done a playthrough. I enjoy a peanut. You enjoy a peanut. We did a co-op playthrough.
I cracked my teeth on the peanut. AKA I cried.
So where does it go?
Honestly, I think it's good.
I do think it's good. I really do.
I don't think it's one of the best games, but I do think it was well done for the time. It's mostly enjoyable. I think that as I get better at playing games, it would be more fun for me to play when I have an understanding. But again, platforms, so...
I know I like it more than Aladdin.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, did I like it more than Castlevania or Kirby's Adventure? Kinda. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it was very short, but it was
there.
enjoyable.
Like, I'm okay with it there.
Okay. This one I know is going to have the most pushback. Because I know, like, one of our frequent viewers loves this game.
It grew on me,
It's the last story.
It grew on me. Even if I called it in, like, episode 5, it grew on me. I would put it either...
It has a soft spot in your right kidney.
It does have a soft spot in my right kidney.
All right.
I would put it somewhere in good.
Okay, all right.
You know, I think if you would have asked me to continue playing it, it would be way farther down.
It would be with Alice.
Yeah. But because I got to watch it and kind of see how the story unfolds, for Phil, I accept.
Phil? I was thinking of Fado. All right, Phil likes this game. Whoops.
I just think it was predictable. It was a very predictable game,
okay.
But it wasn't the worst. So the ending was fine.
How about
it was
that? Is that closer to how you actually feel?
That's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I enjoy this game. It's not my favorite. Like, anytime you put it against like Trials of Mana or Ys, it goes down.
Yeah.
It's cumbersome at sometimes.
I honestly forget we played this all the time.
The menu is still not my preferred menu for a video game.
Oh, are we still talking about the last story?
Yes, we are. Okay. I'm just finalizing my thoughts.
I thought we were on to the next one. I was like, yeah, I forget we played this one a lot.
But that's my full thoughts on the last story.
I really like the aesthetic of the characters. I think was really cool.
I like that the characters developed. They grew. We went from disliking most of them to disliking one of them.
Yeah. I still don't give a shit about her. I'm just like, you know what?
Okay.
It should have been you! Lol.
All right. And the last game, unfortunately not the best for last, not by a far cry, is Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
Meh.
Yeah. But where meh?
I would put it above Blob, but behind. Because Adventure Time was at least memorable.
Okay.
Like,
because it has glitches.
Yeah. Well, I think because Scooby-Doo, like, they were like, oh man, we have these voice actors, and so we're just gonna make them talk the whole game, and and then they like forgot to put gameplay in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for that one is meh.
There's a lot of these games that get criticized for being too linear, and I'm just like, why? Just because it has a set path? Whereas this is literally too linear.
Yeah,
you just go straight.
I don't even care if it's you just go straight. It's what are you doing while you're going straight? Like when you're going straight in Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, you are literally just listening to them talk.
Yeah.
Like there's
until you reach the end. There's a couple obstacles.
Very little.
Very few enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Not a good one.
But yeah.
But there we go. Those are our feelings on the game we played, and you know what? I'm satisfied.
Yeah, I'm satisfied.
I had a couple surprises here, a couple laughs. I think we should do this again, but like when we reach like an actual milestone, like if we ever finish like 100 games.
Yeah. Oh my god.
We'll save this and keep this as is.
We'd have to do it in segments.
Yeah, and keep this as is, and then the remaining like what would that be? 60 games.
Yeah.
Pop those in and see who moves down, who moves up.
See you in another 5 years.
What happens? Surprisingly, this only took 3 years.
Yeah.
Because we're about to start year 4, and this is how we celebrate. Thank you, Pupper, so much. We actually have a template here if you'd like to rank where you'd put these games, or even where you'd like to put the playthroughs that you've seen. Let us know. Send us a screenshot if you put it together and send it our way.
Unless they're all meh, then keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sensitive. No, I'm just kidding. I want your opinions.
Yeah. So we'll see you all in the next episode. I hope you're okay with that, Fado.
I mean, it was an okay game. It was fine. Like, I
Marissa,
tried.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sorry. Do better.
Toodles.